Alright, that's me.
Alright. I'm tired, man.
A long day, or?
Not really.
Because I had a long day.
Good.
In work, like, the new task I've been put on is, like, identifying errors in test cases, which, you know, we run those to make this automate the system and just run through shit it does. To see if shit actually works or if, like, things explode. And that basically means I spend all day just repeating the same test over and over again, waiting for it to break. So yeah, that was my day. It was literally just entering the same command over and over again, and just watching all the things go until it broke. And then trying to determine why it broke, and what we could do about that. I think this is the first time I've had the exposure since we discovered its special ability. Thank God that's satisfying.
Great. Some stupid fuckhead. Fuck off. Thank God you missed, you idiot.
It's like they all know that I can take out the flying gets, so they're always goddamn swarming.
Oh, I didn't grab that, okay.
Oh, so my, like... Because I'm on, like, a pay-as-you-go thing for my phone. I didn't have 4G today, so I literally don't know if anything happened today.
I didn't even know you had 4G.
I do. Only like a gigabyte of it, but I do. Perhaps in some distant space future I might be able to get 2 gigabytes.
I kind of have an unlimited amount of that.
I'm sure like there's like shit like that here, it's just very expensive.
Just get more money.
I'm working on it. Don't put that in my head, yeah, but that was cool.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Is that shooting me or is it shooting one of them? I literally can't tell. Ah, great. I was barely scratching it, just fucking kills me outright.
Now that was close.
Of course it's 2 snakes. So, do you have an opinion on Undertale thus far?
Kind of.
Is the best and or worst game ever
I mean, the
made.
beginning, I'm not too enchanted by at the moment. You know,
Mm.
I think a lot of it is the fact that has random encounters. So I'm not gonna try to spoil anything because I really don't want you to be spoiled. But basically, I'm doing a pacifist route, which I'm sure everyone knows
I
about.
already know there's like, oh, you can like kill shit or you can not kill shit, then you can kill shit to being called you an asshole.
Yeah, so if you don't kill shit, then you know, you have to kind of like find a way to get them to like you and stuff. But usually
Right.
there's only like one way to do that. So once you figure that out, after a point, it's just, you know, pressing the same three inputs every time that enemy comes up.
Turns out. Yeah.
So, like, I think it would have been, I mean, at the moment, I only played like an hour. I feel like it would have been a lot better if, like, you only encountered each enemy and character, like, once. You know what I mean?
That would make more sense, yeah, with that kind of system.
Also, like, the first kind of boss that you have to do is, like, has a really stupid pacifism, like, you know, in order to do it pacifist
Requirements,
style,
yeah.
you have to, like, you have to do this really obtuse thing. So I was stuck on that for pretty much, like, half of the stream, I think. So,
Probably.
you know, I hope that that's not the rest of the game.
He's a liar.
I think I'm getting to the point of the game that's actually, like, kind of good, though, so... I'm just...
I like that the implication there is that it's shit until
I mean, kind of, like, I'm really disenchanted by random encounters in RPGs, full stop, honestly.
says the man who spent how many hours in Pokemon.
Well, I mean, that's breeding. That's different. Besides, in Pokemon, the caves are the worst part because there are random encounters everywhere. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that. At least with the grass, you kind of know, oh, this is a random encounter area. I can, like, navigate around this in a way that makes it so that I don't have to encounter anything, or at least have less of a chance to, and that's somewhat interesting. Undertale just seems like it has, you know, everywhere is a random encounter spot. So, and it's just like, it's just so tedious after a point, you know? Like, it just kind of make, like, you know, oh, it's like, oh, it's kind of funny how you, like, you know, like, pet the dog, and then, you know, it's happy with you, and then you can end the battle. But then, like, you know, once you have to, like, pet the dog a million times before you can end the battle, it's kind of...
By itself, I don't have an issue with random encounters because it's like, yeah, it's whatever, that's fine. The whole thing where it's like there's only one solution, you have to keep doing the exact same thing over and over again for every single enemy is like, like that feels like pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the enemy variety is, like, kind of increasing in a way, and there are some, like, enemy synergies that were kind of interesting. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, but, like, there's an enemy that you can you can only beat by beating the other enemies because you and the other enemies ditch him. But then after a point, he just comes back as if he kind of, like, caught up. So, like, you have to get rid of the other enemies, then you can ditch him, and then the battle ends. Like, that kind of thing. Whereas on its own, you can just ditch him right away, and you're good. Also, the thing is, this game has experience, and I don't think I've been getting any experience for doing pacifism.
I actually did hear about that one. You want to get experience for killing people.
Which, I mean, I'm really bad at dodging the things, and if that's...
Because don't you know, like, literally getting experience points in RPGs means you're an evil sinner.
It's just like... I don't understand why that doesn't get you experience when you are, like, literally experiencing something, you know? So I feel like that's gonna make it harder, even though I heard that the pacifist route was the easy mode. Because I'm really bad at dodging the attacks, like, really bad. Like, I've never played a Toho in my life.
You don't... Yeah, I was about to say, you don't really play shmups, do you?
Nope, not at all. And I really don't care for them either.
I remember hearing the story of, like, some game journalist. I don't know which boss, I just heard it was a boss fight, and they were stuck there for, like, 17 hours or some shit.
At least, you know, they beat it.
I would point out that they're apocalyptically bad. So.
I mean, honestly, but still, that's better than most stories you hear about game journalists not even beating games. At least that dude stuck it out.
Yeah. It was a she. Yeah.
She, whatever. I didn't even know that girls were in games. All right, I already did this. So yeah, I mean, you know, and also like the controls are kind of weird. It's like you can either only do full screen or this tiny screen that's like
Oh yeah, I
the
remember
size
that
of your
from the...
hand. I don't like that.
That's pretty stupid, yeah.
um,
I feel like that has to be an intentional decision too. Like I feel like whatever game engine you make it in probably has defaults that were just turned off.
maybe because it kind of feels like when it's full screen, like some things seem a little blown up, but I would still rather have that than, you know.
Yeah. Great. I love that fucking conga line. I was like, oh, hit by one before I can move, hit by another, hit by another.
So I don't know if I mentioned the controls are kind of weird.
You did.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just like doesn't help that I'm playing on the Xbox controller and B is confirmed and A is not confirmed. Like, what am I doing playing on a PS4 controller? So it works with the Switch controller muscle memory I have, but you know, then I look down and I'm like, oh, it doesn't work. Some text boxes you have to press A through, some text boxes you don't, so you press A through a text box, but because you didn't actually have to press A, it expires and you go on to the next menu. That's kind of annoying.
Fucking amazing.
This is all really negative at the
Yeah.
moment. I don't know.
I'm remembering that quip about from the developer about how like at one point this code is like literally 17 like switch statements chained up, which is like batshit coding design, and it's beginning to sound like it. Like it's beginning to sound like it's tangible in the game.
Yeah, it's just weird because this is like considered one of the best games of all time, but it doesn't really seem like it's.
Hello, Biggs.
Hey, Biggs. It doesn't really seem like it's too polished, even 3 years later.
I mean, it was. I guess like the thing to remember. This doesn't really justify. You're like, well, actually, you should forgive it. Is to remember the developer literally didn't know how to code when he started, which you know, and I guess this is kind of like what happens when you aren't a fucking mutant at this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Going along.
I think it's pretty much just the writing that carries it, which honestly I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Because as everyone knows, I care about like writing and charm in a game usually more than gameplay. Usually.
Like raw mechanics more than anything, because I am.
Because you're a fucking robot with no emotions.
I literally do not feel beyond the grade of my DMC scores.
Oh, I want to play you good controls, idiot. The funny thing is, that's probably like the worst example because Bayonetta is probably like has very good writing and shit.
It's like a very charming cast. Bayonetta herself's just fucking wonderful, and there's also like baller music and it looks nice and all that shit.
I've only heard that fucking River song or whatever. I'm kind of sick of that one, so.
River song?
I don't know. The one in Smash that everyone only has is their Bayonetta stage pick.
Okay, I usually just have Riders of the Light on. Riders of the Light is like the standard combat music and it's fucking incredible.
It'd be kind of cool if there was like a Bayonetta 3 song in the game. It's definitely not that far in development, but like if they pulled a Woolly
Well, they probably have like some like a track or two done by now.
that would be cool.
No, that'd be nice.
So yeah, Undertale. I mean, it didn't. I was hoping it would like me starting it would get me excited to play more of it. But at the moment, I'm not really feeling that.
And then it was shit.
At the moment, so I'm gonna just have to be like, all right, I'm gonna play it as if I like haven't played it yet. Because I got to Sands and Papyrus, and they've been goofy, but I've also kind of seen that part of the game before, like 3 years ago. So the the jokes were kind of like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I think like literally the only part of the game I've seen is like I've heard like bits and pieces, but the only part of the game I've actually seen is like the demo from years ago when one of our friends played it on stream, like fucking eons ago. Which I think is just like the first area of the game or some shit like that.
Probably.
All I remember was it was a cave, and every time we got into a fight, like a cow literally just scared the monster away. And also, there's a flower that was an asshole.
Yep. Everyone knows about Flowey. Still kind of surprised that there are people who like aren't me and you that haven't played Undertale. Like, it seems like everybody plays every video game on the fucking planet, including you sometimes. And I'm just like, how, like, you know, how'd they get all this time to have played this game, all these games of different genres?
I mean, before it was because I had no life. But now it's because
now?
I have a... Well, now I have a job. So
that doesn't mean you have a life.
No, but it means I have less time.
If anything, some people might say that you have less of a life now that you have a job.
But no, like, it's like my time is vanished, so I can no longer play like literally every fucking game I want. Hello, Octopath Traveler, maybe this weekend.
That way too.
But that's after all.
I've
decided that pretty firmly. You can get Pirate's tits somewhere else, man.
Ultra Despair Girls. There has to be another one.
The Mega Man 11 demo.
Undertale eventually. Yeah, Mega Man 11 demo.
I've literally said to like all my friends, like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. I told you that if anything comes up for like, hey, do you want like this thing, the platinum for money, I'm just going to tell them, no, fuck off. None of it. Sick of it all of you, fuck off. Got shit to do.
You have to play Catan.
No, none of that shit. I'm like, it's not, if there's a board game night this weekend, I said, you can just go without me. I want to play video games. Please let me move. Base doesn't seem much of Overtale.
Overtale. Wow.
Look, alright. It's been a long day.
So this is more of a stream related thing. But like for some reason the music in Undertale is like really loud. I'm like stressing over the volume. It's like, is that too loud or did I go too quiet?
Is it like the thing I have with Danganronpa, where it's like the loudest fucking game I've ever played?
I don't know, but
like literally all those games I've had to turn it down to like fucking 20 in like, you know, the volume mixer, and then I've had to turn the in-game music down to like 2 out of 10 notches. And then I had to turn my mic up anyway and turn the game down.
Why the fuck
OBS,
would you open that?
Then,
okay, find the Goldie, please.
Okay, and only then am I like fucking find it. Am I like fucking able to hear myself over it? And sometimes not even then. It's like, Jesus Christ, this game is so loud.
You want to talk about something else I've been streaming?
Something else you've been streaming?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Had in Time DLC.
Oh yeah.
I was basically, after I streamed it, I was like basically on the verge of writing a bad review for it. But I haven't played Deathwish yet. So I just scrolled through all the reviews on Steam and read all the negative ones. And it seems like a lot of stuff is unanimous on certain things. Like, you know, people are basically in the same boat as us. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, at least not now. Anyway. It's like, you know,
I kind of hate that about things. It's like, well, it can be patched in the future. I'm kind of...
Yeah. It's like
it's true, but...
Like, the first chapter's fine. The second chapter is way too hard and stupid. And then the third chapter is buggy because of what they did. Yeah. Which is a cool concept, but really doesn't work. Because heck, it just slides around everywhere. So...
The environment in general seems to be a problem for the controls and the camera.
Yeah, it's small. I didn't see as many people mention the camera as I would have thought, but...
Which is curious to me, because even just watching it, I was like, fuck me.
But yeah, there was that, and then Deathwish is like, apparently, you used to have to play Deathwish in order to play the Arctic Cruise. And like,
oh boy.
Deathwish is like, you know, insanely stupid hard. And if you do the easy mode, the game patronizes you, and then makes it like way too easy that's not even worth doing. So, you know, you...
Okay, so... Yeah, one bit the developer up there, then.
And I feel like
It sounds like they're having a bad day at some point.
A Hat in Time is like my third favorite game of all time, and I'm like, I'd say I'm pretty competent at it.
Yes.
Even after like all this time, so it's just like I didn't play it yet, but I feel like I'm gonna have the same thing because a lot of people were saying I love the base game, but I hate this DLC, and I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat. So we'll see. I kind of want to just do Death Wish. Like I don't know what I want to do. Do I do Death Wish now? Oh my god.
Just snakes everywhere.
Do I do Death Wish like now and write a review, or do I wait until they maybe patch it? Like.
No, like I would like as a principle thing. I guess is maybe my principled stand now. You need to get that egg in.
Yep.
Now. There we go.
Well.
I'm the only one like that. Please.
It's like another apparently big problem with Death Wish is that it's really hard, but then like also you don't restart like immediately, and there's no option to restart just the mission.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
So
that's a weird design oversight. I feel like collectively developers should know that sort of
especially
thing.
Like the Hat in Time devs. Like the thing is, it's been a thing that's been praised for like a decade when Super Meat Boy came out. It's really hard, but you're immediately right back into the action, so the difficulty isn't frustrating.
Another good example is Hotline Miami, where
right.
like, you just smack the button and you get instantaneously back to start a level off you go.
I saw that as an example. Celeste was another example. It's just like apparently it's like you have to see this like failure screen, and then it takes like 10 seconds, and then some of the missions are speedruns that are only like a minute. And in the first 20 seconds, that you're gonna lose, but you can't restart. So you have to, know. And I don't know if they fixed this. I feel like they did, but apparently it had a mobile game kind of timer thing going on, where if you lost a certain amount of lives, you couldn't play Death Wish until a timer went by.
What the fuck? Why?
Except unlike, mobile games, there's actually no way to speed it up.
Why?
I think they removed that. I'm not sure though.
My question is, why is that the sort of thing you put in the first place? Yeah, like that's like okay. I've seen like that sort of timer in like a game before. Like Metal Gear Solid 5 has like real time timers for when you like start developing the equipment to when it gets on.
Well, that's like equipment. Fallout 4 probably has that shit.
That's only just the equipment, and like the thing is, Metal Gear Solid is the big sandbox game, so you'll just set it to go and then you just forget about it, and then eventually the game will just be like, hey, when you beat this mission, hey, you have unlocked a new trank gun or whatever. Shit like that. But people who play the game at all, this seems kind of like that's just weirdly bad design.
Also, the thing is, like in the past, well, of course, I think it's still this. You have to like die a few times in order to even unlock the easy mode. So I saw people in reviews saying I would just throw myself into the pit 5 times immediately just to be able to play the
Nintendo Super Mode principle taken to its logical extremes.
And then, of course the easy mode is apparently bad anyway. And what was it? Oh yeah, in order to even play the easy mode, in the past you had to use yarn, which there's only a finite amount of yarn in the main game. So you would have to play mod levels. You would have to grind mod levels for like, this rarish item.
Great.
So they since then changed it to pawns, but that doesn't really fix the problem of you have to grind if you lose enough instead of letting you do it for free.
Yeah.
And also, like, there are a variety of challenges. Like, there are speedrun challenges. I saw a don't, like, press the A button challenge, which looked interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
There's the, first one, which is the Mafia on fire.
That's canon.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, shit, I'm a dumbass.
Like
well...
I mean, like, 3 of us didn't fucking know this. So
it's just like... My god. They're still pawns, so you would still have to grind them if you want easy mode. Which was a problem in the main game. Like, I feel like you shouldn't have to use pawns to unlock chapters in the first place. So this is just an even worse version
I feel like
of it.
that was maybe supposed to be like a take on like you know, Banjo-Kazooie's puzzle pieces.
I guess, yeah.
But like, you know, like I've never felt like you had to grind for those in Banjo-Kazooie.
Or do you mean like the note doors and stuff?
Oh, the notes, yeah. I guess that was a better comparison. I mean, I guess like, you know, the final Grunty door maybe. If you like, you weren't that good at collecting them before.
Well, the thing is, the notes count towards 100%. So chances are you're gonna want to
compelled to get them
complete
anyway.
Banjo-Kazooie anyway. The pawns are just coins essentially.
Ah, okay. That really is just busy work.
Like the pawns are the green things, the green spheres.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, like I completely forgot what my next point was gonna be. Like, you know, there are all these different kinds of missions, but the way it looks like it's like a map where like the TF2 contracts where you can only like you have to do this lava one first, and then you can do 3 more after that, and you get that choice. And then like if you do one more, it branches off again. Here's an idea. Okay. Why not just make it a list? Like a list of all of them, and then just let people choose the ones they want to do freely instead of making them do ones they don't want to do. You know?
Even have it be like, if you want, like, I don't know, say you have one you feel is hard and you want to segment it off, just have like a list of here's the ones available from the start, do X amount of them to unlock the next list. Or something like that, you know? If you want them to segment them by difficulty.
It's just, it seems like, you know, not fun, hard, like, it could be so easily fixed, I feel like.
I kind of hate the term, but, like, I feel like the term artificial difficulty applies.
People have been saying that a lot.
I kind of hate that term because people are so quick to jump to it.
I suck.
The exposure is not the best for this, is it?
Like, really, it's just like if they made it so that you could restart at any point. If they made it so that when you died, you didn't have to like listen to Snatcher go like, "Oh, you fucking suck," and then you know fade off. You know.
Yeah. Then
the challenges would actually be worth grinding out because then you can just hop
back disconnect.
In. Yep. You can just hop back in and then it's behind the thing. Yep. Also, don't forget hypers.
Yeah, I will. Should have enough. We do have enough if they put theirs in. It was the person in front of us. They.
Oh, I see. We need, like, a gender-neutral pronoun that doesn't sound stupid. Because I'm not using Z or whatever.
I always thought that was pronounced they.
I don't know. They works, but, you know, there are contexts like that one where, you know, could refer to multiple.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I will say they and shit, you know. Or at least I try to. Like, you know, earlier in the stream I said he, and it was a she, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. But that's like, it's kind of a weird habit that I feel like, let's just blame society for that one.
It is just the societal thing. It's just, I mean, because like, even in other other languages that aren't like English, like he is often just the default. Like the word that you would use as default is also the one you would use as he.
Human? Yeah, I think that's like, you know, about what I've heard about the Hat in Time DLC. So I don't know if I want to wait for it to get fixed or if I want to play it sooner rather than later to get an actual kind of good review in, but then the review will be useless if they update it.
See, the thing is, I feel like you should review some like around like a launch or whatever are still valuable, I feel, because it reminds you that this was the state the developers saw fit to release it in.
Yeah.
Like this thing, like Assassin's Creed Unity is not a game that is basically playable. It isn't like the glitchy hell mess that it was originally, but the fact that they still release it in that stage should tell you that this is a shit game made by twats for twats. You know? Like that sort of thing.
Did anyone else open a thing? Oh, it is the one.
Or like a multiplayer game that originally was like really fucking good, but then got bounced into being unfun. different is another example where like it's helpful to know that once upon a time this was a good game. The developers might just have a problem when it comes to determining how to balance it.
It's just I'm kind of surprised that the reviews were actually mixed. I was just expecting people to go like, the seals go ooh, and then that's the whole positive review, which was one of the reviews I saw, and I immediately tagged it as not helpful.
You're doing the world a service.
It's just like I love reviews that go into every kind of asset of it. Those are the helpful ones,
Like the one I wrote for Zombie this weekend.
Yeah, see.
Which is mostly just me shitting.
I feel like I should read that because, my brain was like, that's a game I haven't played. So I should not read it in case I ever play it.
And
I'm like, I'm never.
You shouldn't play Zombie.
I mean, but like also, even if it was good, I would probably never play it, ever.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those games that's like, could maybe be interesting, maybe, but like, I would need it to be immortal and get bored easily. Shit, I did not mean to do that.
You managed to take that egg from me, despite me walking into it first.
Not that. It's just, I mean, you really should go for the farther eggs first if you haven't been this entire time.
I mean, I used it, like, I didn't see a farther egg at that point. I was like, okay.
Okay, so clearly Gavin's fucking blind. So yeah, I mean, really, it's not a good state of affairs for either of the not Salmon Run games I'm playing.
Well, Chris, that's why you have Final Fantasy 15.
And the fact of the matter is that, I think I'm set on not buying their shitty fucking service. They say you can use gold points, which is not giving them money for their shitty service, so I might do that.
That's sort of, because you have to buy their games to get those.
But it's basically free, and what else am I going to spend them on? Nothing?
I mean, that's a good point. Like, I literally haven't used them. They keep telling me, hey, they're going to expire, use them. It's like, there's fucking nothing.
I don't even know, like, how many I have, or what they do. I figured platinum points would do something. So, like, it's like, it's $3 a month, so, that could be, like, a month. I don't know. Basically, this could be the last Salmon Run if the 7-week or 1-week trial is not real.
It's real. They said it in the direct.
I'm just saying, if there's some stupid caveat or something.
Like what?
I don't know. They're fucking Nintendo. Something's not gonna work because it's related to online. And them not getting money. I
suppose that's like considering some of the horseshit they get up to, that is a fair fear to have, actually. So I didn't consider that possibility. Because until you see, like, the PlayStation where things just work.
Oh, I have an egg. I'm a dumbass.
I saw some more shit about, like, the cloud saves today. I learned a fun fact.
Right.
Did you know how, like, the cloud saves, like, the moment you're out of your subscription is delete them?
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to talk about, because we didn't actually talk about that.
Yeah, well, this is related to that. It was comparison to other services. On Sony's end, they give you a 6-month time limit to renew your subscription at all, and then that will reset the timer.
Yeah.
So, on Microsoft's end, there's no time limit. They just stay there forever. You can't access them with Xbox Live Go, but they will just stay there if you don't have your subscription.
Wow, Microsoft actually doing something good.
Because Microsoft are all about their cloud shit, so it's like, you will just always have these. You might not be able to always access them, but you will always have these. And it's like, it's a hell of a day when you make Microsoft look good and confident or something.
Okay, so it's the one down that appears close to the basket.
Piers? Alright, piers. We call, like, piers, like, each map has its own piers at some points, and they're on different sides of the map half the time.
But yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking, it's kind of discordant because, I'm only doing Salmon Run today because my employer is actually coming to my house later, just to, like, because she's leaving for 2 weeks, so she has to go over this.
I didn't get an itch.
She has to go over this whole thing where, like, okay, you're getting like
Explain the routine.
most of my dogs. Like you're probably gonna have to do like 16 visits a day sometimes. So it's gonna be a busy week or two, you know, starting this Wednesday.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why this might not happen. But I was wondering, or I was thinking about like just doing like maybe a 12-hour salmon run stream on the last salmon run before the thing expires. I don't know. But like yeah, obviously, I mean, I don't expect you to be there for the whole thing anyway. Like you could drop in and drop out if you wanted to, but just you know, a bon voyage to Salmon Run because you know we've done it for over 12 months, and you know I've kind of always wanted to do a 12-hour stream. So
I mean, yeah, I will probably won't be there for the whole thing now, but I will weave in and out. Yeah.
I might like I might not do it on the last one, but maybe like you know if there are 2 after that or whatever.
Like one of the last ones or whatever.
Yeah, like on whatever one's on a weekend or something.
Yeah.
12 hours isn't that long in the whole scheme of things. Of course, to play one game, it's pretty long, but...
Yeah.
What am I saying?
What are you saying?
But, like, when you look at it on a schedule basis, it's like, you know, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's like normal hours, you know? You aren't losing sleep over that.
I just fade in and out of Discord calls on my end. I stream my own games. Hell, I might even do that if you need commentary.
Low tide.
I don't know if I could actually play Salmon Run for 12 hours without just going...
Well, I think you would have to try. I think, you know, it's not going to be fun for the whole thing. That's the point. The point is to push yourself.
I already have a job.
You know? I'm kind of hoping, like, there's a, like, all random weapons one. I would preferably do it on that one, obviously.
There is a Splatfest, so there's probably going to be one time to learn that, right?
I don't fucking know with these people. Oh yeah, speaking of the Splatfest, we talked about it after the stream, but I didn't really realize that we could still talk about it here. Basically, the verdict is that, oh, that worked. Basically, the verdict is that it's retro or modern everything. Clothes, like arcade machines, I guess technology.
I think generally, if I were to kind of like amount of categories, I prefer either or, and I would say most likely modern.
Yeah, because the thing is, maybe should we bank on Nintendo's Splatfest still being broken, and just pick the least popular side? Because Pearl's gonna.
Oh no, I'm not doing that because I literally don't give a shit about shit.
Pearl's definitely gonna be the least popular side on that one, because everyone's gonna prefer modern technology and shit. Like, oh, you know, retro clothes don't even fucking matter. Unless you're like an adult and you think about the good old days, but a lot of people are kids and millennials here, so obviously they're gonna prefer modern. Why is the person in the cannon and not getting all the eggs? Also, one thing we didn't mention is the carbonate bomb, is what it's called. The new handheld item
the soda bomb
that you shake, and people were making lay shake weight jokes, lay jacking man off joke, lay, you know, meme arrow, hand job. I was like, hold on, fellatio, blow job, hand job. That's it.
Yeah. Did you forget what a hand job was?
Well, it's just, you know, the hand jobs are so much less popular than blowjobs and stuff, so...
They are so much easier, though.
Yeah, Gavin would know.
Dude, all the time.
But yeah,
Small's chasing you.
Woo! Basically, it's like, you know how you hold a weapon out and then it shows the line? That's basically how it shakes. You just hold it out for longer.
Oh,
and it seems to expand. It probably glows or something just to let people know, like, oh, this person is holding it.
They're building the bomb.
Yeah. Like, you know, watch out. But, yeah, I don't think you have to shake the controller. That's the most important part.
That's good because it would completely fuck with aim.
The only way to make it like really bad is then when you throw it, you have to do a big shake in a direction. Because as we know, with throwing,
just shout yeet while you're
wanting
out.
to throw Cappy upwards, and then he goes to the side, even though you definitely brought the controller to your chest.
Yep.
It would be like that.
I've saved this.
What do you mean I have saved us?
I got the last 3 days.
Oh, okay. Apparently that's all that matters.
Yeah. High tide.
Yeah, I think the end is nigh for Salmon Run. It's all Nintendo's fault. For being such a shitty company. They can make games, but they can't do anything else.
They can make games, they cannot do business or like any sort of like your infrastructure for those games.
They can make a Switch, you know. This was still Wii U era. Some people might say they can't even make a console, but we are out of that. Wow, that was bullshit.
So I feel like in general the Switch is a really good console. It's just being handled by a bunch of like actual twats. And for like like fucking Zelda and Mario getting like refreshes or changes in direction, and Nintendo doing shit like, hey, here's the new Metroid Prime and all that. Here's this, that, and the other. All their game stuff is like we're taking new directions and shit, and then all their business practices are like literally weird, just, walking backwards to the 1980s and just like cackling as loudly as possible as we do.
No, they're taking a new direction. Never before has Nintendo charged for online. We should change that, they thought. And then people are complaining about it, and then there are people defending them, like, with actual arguments. Like, Nintendo can't just, make servers and then connect their games to them, because then they would have to change all the netcode and then, like, update every single game, and it would be, like, not worth it for them. It would be too expensive, even though they're extremely rich.
It'd be too expensive. Like, the people who, like, made, like, I think a literal century of... They could, like, fail for, like, literally, like, decades and like not make money any year for decades and then still be in the black.
Well, the thing is, they don't have...
I hate these weird fucking bootlickers who are like, well, the companies have to make money. Like, fuck you.
They don't have Iwata to price cut his own salary, so... like, it's not possible.
Oh, it'll be too expensive. No, it fucking won't.
And
people saying that about they need to charge extra for like game servers because otherwise like how will they make money? It's like if you don't factor the price of servers into your game's development cost from the outset, you're a fucking fool and your game deserves to crash and you deserve to be out of business because you're bad at it.
Like, a whole overhaul would be worth it.
It would be.
Like, and the thing is,
it'll make all their shit more robust for future consoles and everything as well.
They had what, a year and a half to do that.
It's not hard to just buy servers and hook them up. Like rewriting the netcode, okay, sure, but you just take like I don't know, the year and a half you said to have your developers do their jobs and develop for their games.
I wonder if what they're doing is. They're waiting for people to pay enough money from the online service alone to make or to build up enough money for the servers so that they don't actually lose anything.
No, I'm pretty sure they're just never going to have servers because we don't actually need that.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think that's the best case scenario here.
Yeah,
which is
you're probably right in that regard.
Shitty because that's supposed to come before the charging. That's not supposed to be the reward for charging for online. That's supposed to be
like invest in this to make your thing work.
This is why I can't buy it. I just cannot. For once in my life, I am like so irritated by something that, it's just terrible. I mean, I don't know what the plan is. The Nintendo bullshit's going live tomorrow, but we have Salmon Run on the 19th or the 20th. Uh,
That's Wednesday or Thursday.
21st. Yeah, just the 21st.
Friday.
And then 23rd. Sunday.
Sunday.
So maybe, I mean, that would probably be a pretty good one to do the 12-hour stream if I don't have a million dogs. Well, that's like a lot to say.
Yeah.
The 12-hour stream probably won't happen because of my job, but it would be nice. That's what I want to maybe attempt. You know.
Yeah.
Modern fashion, and then it's a person wearing a shirt that says "Yeet" on it. This is why Team Retro will lose.
Or like a Hegel shirt, one of the two.
So yeah, that's the haps.
That's Salmon Run. We'll go out on a bomb of us constantly calling Nintendo online shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. The thing is, Gavin's gonna buy it, which is that confounds me. Because
I mean, I've already stated my reasons for
I
it.
know. It just still you're the one with the more of the moral high ground, so it's kind of weird for it to flip flop like
Yeah,
this.
but there's like part of my moral high ground is also that if like there's genuinely no way to stop or really like do anything about it, like what's the point? Like I'm gonna play Smash Bros with people eventually anyway. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand.
And it's also like because there's a key difference I feel like between this, which I genuinely can't stop, and say giving support to a game that literally doesn't even want to like exist in my region. You know.
Well, here's a question: would you not buy it until Smash Bros, or is there something in the next few months?
Considering I have it's not in the next few months. Like considering I have no one to play with anything on it, I probably won't buy it until Smash Bros.
Okay, that's fair enough. Because for all I know, I'm probably gonna end up doing that too. I just really hope that they do something that makes me not seem like an asshole.
That's what I do with PlayStation Plus. Like until I have an online game to play, like I just don't have.
Yeah, that's what I should have done at first.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So it's like I had like a year subscription at first, and after I was like, there's literally no point.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just want to set it and forget it. That's a lot of how I am. So.
I can get that. I can understand that.
Like it's a really bad habit because sometimes I just have a tab of something I'm thinking of buying, but now I'm like, I don't want this tab open. I don't want to think about it anymore, so I'll just buy it. So I'm
That's pretty.
Yeah, I know. I'm clamping down on that. Here's my financial money thing I've been trying to go by. Does it solve a problem? If yes, then you can buy it. If no, then you can't buy it. Something like I don't have.
I guess that's a good way of breaking yourself of bad buying habits. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like necessarily a thing to always live by.
It's like I need like a mic. If my microphone broke, buying a new microphone would solve the problem of I don't have a microphone. But like,
yes.
I have a million shirts. Buying a shirt would not solve a problem of I need more shirts in order to not do laundry or whatever. If anything, I need more socks if I want to prolong laundry even longer.
I need more socks.
And I mean, you could fabricate problems in heavy air quotes. Like the problem is I don't have this unit at +10 in Fire Emblem Heroes. So the solution would be to spend money until I have that. That's like, come on now. That's not a problem. So, maybe you can apply it to your life one day, people watching. If you also have stupid spending problems, like, oh, I don't need this charm, I don't need this figure. Yeah. Stuff like that.
I already do stuff like that. It's like, well, don't need that one. Off it goes.
Like, the problem is my face feels like fucking shit all day if I don't have this expensive moisturizer. So, gotta fix that problem.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the benefits of just not having spending money for fucking ages, like continuously. Is I'm now just in a state where, like, unless I feel like I absolutely need it, I'll most likely go like, but you don't actually need
Yeah,
it, so why
it kind of
bother?
teaches you self-restraint.
Yeah, you start being thrifty.
Julian, I'm literally ending the stream right now. But either way, how was Brave We Default without spoiling anything?
Choose your words carefully.
It was
Good. It
dope.
was dope.
Yeah,
Good.
he like started like before I went to work, and I think the idea was he wanted to knock out a good amount of it. So that's a respectable mindset I wish I had right now.
That's a fucking baller game. Really default.
Yeah, we're just 30 minutes of nothing in the lobby. That's an exaggeration, but
Well, it's not even that. On my screen, it's just black.
I'm just jumping around the lobby. But yeah,
But I can
now we're talking about don't spend money if the thing you're buying doesn't solve a problem you have. So keep that in mind.
Life advice.
Yeah, I feel like I have to host someone now. I haven't done that in forever. Oh God, I don't know. No one's playing anything I want to watch. Well, damn. Whatever. But yeah, Salmon Run, I'm pretty sure is ending. So if you're from Deku's stream and you're like, oh, he's raiding Chris again, but he's playing Salmon Run again, I think Nintendo's Online is going to make that end in like a little over a week. So you can look out for maybe A Hat in Time and Undertale and other stuff that I'm playing.
One fucking day you will play Final Fantasy.
One day I will play Final Fantasy 15 among a whole list of other games. So
fucking day.
That'll be good. But for now, I'm going to have to talk to my employer. Well, in a few hours. Right. So in an hour? I don't know. She just said in the afternoon. So I'm not taking any risks. So thanks for coming by, even if it was only for 2 minutes. And we'll see you either on Wednesday or Thursday. Was that it? For Salmon Run? And
yeah, Wednesday or Thursday.
Or I might play a game before then. Maybe. I have to remember that that's a thing now. I don't have to build days around when Salmon Run is. I can have my own schedule instead of Nintendo making my schedule. The liberation.
You can be your own man.
For once.
This is the first stream in like fucking ages where it hasn't dropped frames somehow.
Well, that's on your end. I think that my end is...
On my end, yeah, which is like, I don't fucking know how. Alright, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, and we will see you whenever! Who knows? I have to get my shit sorted.